John Chapman from Seeing True, and we're going to talk about something that I make up words for, well-beingness. Although well-being is really important, even if I've made up the word, the ness on the back end. Perfect question for you, Guru Sahai, about the sources of well-being, or perhaps the things that we most pay attention to for well-being.
I think one of the most important things I try to do is to teach people to stay healthy. And to do that, there's only a few things you need to do. You need to eat right. You need to eat good quality food. You need to eliminate food properly. You need to do cleanses once in a while. You need to rest. Sleep. As somebody taught me once, sleep is not an option. And that also includes making sure you take regular vacations. One of the things that changed my and my wife's life was we committed to taking a long weekend every 6 weeks. Meditating, finding some kind of practice, yoga, meditation, tai chi, some kind of practice that calms down and gets the nervousness and gets the day out of you so that you can be more centered and more happy. I think another thing that's really important is exercise. And again, tai chi, yoga, walking, whatever it is you do, you got to keep the body moving. I think one of the key definitions of aging is things not moving anymore, things seizing up. So the more you move, the more you stay healthy. And I just was thinking about this yesterday, and one of the things I came up with was the other thing is find a teacher. And so what does that mean? In my case, as a chiropractor, I need a good teacher as a chiropractor. In my case, as an acupuncturist, I need a good teacher there because it makes me get inspired to learn more. And learning is what keeps your brain fresh. But also a teacher in terms of what are the things that are going to keep you healthy, happy, and holy in life. And so that's your spiritual discipline too. That's going to church or doing those kinds of things. So by combining all of those things, I think you get a more whole life, a more holistic life, and then you have a more well-being type of life too.
So you use a word a lot, I've observed, and I think it has real bearing on this particular subject. You talk a lot about practice. So there's a big difference between knowing what we're supposed to do versus getting us into practice. What tips do you have for us? Because that seems to be the stumbling block for a lot of us. We know we ought to walk, but we don't. How do we support ourselves in that?
The tricks that I've used, and I mean it that way, the tricks that I've used are rewarding myself. So if I really want to walk, first of all, you have to sit down and you have to make it as a goal. You have to tell yourself that it's more important than watching TV. So once you've convinced yourself of that, and one of the ways to do that is to list all the reasons why you should walk, or list all the reasons that sitting in front of the TV is not going to be healthy. And then, okay, I got out and did it. And don't start off with 3 hours. Start off with 3 minutes. I often tell people to meditate. And I'll say, well, I don't know how to meditate. Well, the key thing is discipline and doing it every day. And again, starting off with 1 minute, starting off with 3 minutes instead of an hour like that. So I think it's finding why you think it might be good for you, finding the reasons why it wouldn't be good for you to not do it, and then making the commitment to do it and rewarding yourself once you've done it.
It's almost like I hear you saying we should just start and do the best we can.
Absolutely. I often give people advice and I'll say, that sounds really good. Maybe I should try that myself.
Yeah, was it teacher, teach thyself?
Yeah. So, the biggest thing is start.
Well, one of the things I've observed, and I'll close with this observation, is I actually pay a lot of attention when I'm in your office. And I notice that you are actually a teacher to many. I watch how they listen and learn from you. So that may be one of the greatest accolades I can imagine.
That's a big compliment. Thank you. And I've studied with many great masters, and I've been blessed to study with many masters. And so I watch what they teach me and how they teach me, and I just want to continue that flow.
Well, you do it well.
Thank you.